God. Ask God.
Hey Scott, this is Jeff from New Orleans. Question that I have is about packaging. Both the initial packaging when you first launch the product, what does it have on it? Is it just basic white box with nothing on it? And then what is the goal packaging, and when do you make that transaction? Is it something where you're doing $10,000 a month or $50,000 a month? When do you really start to improve the packaging at all? Or is it not necessary because no one sees the packaging until they actually have the product and have paid you?
Hey, Jeff, welcome from New Orleans. Thanks for your question. It's a pretty good question as well, and I'm going to give you my answer. It really depends on what your packaging is right now. Depends on the product. Let's go again with the garlic press. If you find a supplier right now that has a garlic press and they have a standard white box, I would personally have them brand that box. I would also have them brand the actual garlic press or the actual unit that you're selling. And the reason why I say this, there's been some discussion lately of people saying that their listing has been hijacked. They're having people jump onto their listing saying that they are the seller of that because there's no branding on it. And, we're going to dig into that at a later show as we kind of learn more of this. But the best way to really protect yourself is to brand your actual physical unit, not just the box. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there. You definitely want your logo put on the actual unit if it can be. All right. Now, some of you have heard me talk in the past about doing just like a quick test and throwing a product up real quick to see if it's going to work. Well, then I would just do the very, very basic of anything. If you don't even want to brand it, then don't brand it. Just put it up there and see what happens. And then in the meantime, if it does work, you're ready to get it branded. So as far as like custom packaging, I would do that once I validated that it was going to work. And I would also do it after the fact because, it's going to take some extra time to get the box, created, or the packaging, or, even if it's just a plastic bag and it's maybe it's a black shiny glossy bag that they print on and it's a Ziploc, whatever, it's still going to take more time than if they just use their standard stuff. But I think it is important, depending on your product. If you have a product that people are going to then get the package in the mail and look at the packaging and feel that represents the actual product itself too. Because a lot of times you'll get a product in the mail and the packaging makes you feel as it's worth what you paid for it just because it's nice, beautiful packaging, right? And I know you've all have probably done this. It's like we all get something in the mail, and if it's something we're waiting on, I'll give you an example. My son who has, the Dr. Dre Beats that everyone has, right? Well, again, as someone in marketing and into, packaging and all that stuff, I like to look at how things are packaged. Well, this thing comes in this box and it opens up, with, all of these different compartments. It has all of this, all of these other secret compartments to it. It's got a certain feel to it. It's embossed. It's got like some raised paneling. It's just got all of these different things. And this box, makes it feel like it was worth $300 of what you paid for it. Now, I don't necessarily think that those are worth $300, but they've created the packaging to represent the quality that they want you to feel that the actual headphones are. So my example in there is just to let you know that sometimes you having packaging can help to give you a higher perceived value, and it can also differentiate your product. So I know you had said too, you can have your packaging, but then people might not even see it until they actually get it. That's where I would do it differently. If you're going to have custom packaging, I would make that box or the packaging, I would make that be part of the main image to let people see. And then this way here, they're going to see the quality of that. It's going to make them feel as it's more of a physical product. And it's going to also prevent other people being able to piggyback on that listing. It's going to make it easier for you to prove that that's your product because you have that custom packaging and it's on your main image. So very, very important there. But let me just kind of rewind here real quick. I would not, and I'm going to repeat this, I would not let custom packaging hold you up in the process. I would move forward, get it up there, validate it, and then I would start to think about it. And I wouldn't spend a ton of money on it. I mean, a lot of times it's not that much money to do it because a lot of times they already have the packaging. It's just you customizing it or creating artwork for it. But I wouldn't go and slow myself down because I was waiting on packaging. I would want to make sure that I can validate that it's going to sell. And then from there, I would go ahead and then transition into the custom packaging and branding and all that stuff. All right.
If you guys want to submit a question, head over to theamazingseller.com/ask, and you can do that. I want to also, again, remind you guys, if you're brand new and this is your first time to the show, I want to welcome you. I love hanging out with you guys. This is just awesome to be able to virtually connect like this. And that's why I love the Ask Scott sessions. But if you are brand new and you're just getting your feet wet and you don't understand the entire process, the entire business model, I would recommend attending one of my live free workshops. This is where I break it down for you in 5 phases: how to pick a market and a product, how to source it, how to do a pre-launch, how to do a launch, how to promote the product, and everything in between. We go over that on a workshop, and we go through every single thing. We also do live Q&A. So if you want to attend one of them, I would love to invite you to the next one, and you can register for the next one by heading over to theamazingseller.com/workshop, and you can register there for an upcoming workshop. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com, and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session, and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there, and some of it is really, really good. But what I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business. And this way here, you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.